AstroCurious, and welcome to the AstroCurious Weekly, your cosmic briefing for living life with a little more intention and a lot more sparkle. I'm your host Joya, your favorite Sunday astro girl who reads the sky so you don't have to read 15 boring horoscopes looking for answers. Every week, I break down the astrology you actually need, the stuff that tells you when to push, when to chill, when to flirt, when to be bold. I want to simply let the universe do its thing. Grab your Google Calendar or your planner, your emotional support beverage, because we're diving into the week ahead. And let's start the week on Monday the 12th. The quiet thing you can't ignore. Monday brings Sun square Chiron, and the energy is subtle but persistent. It's the kind of day where something small keeps resurfacing. A feeling, a memory, a sensitivity, a topic you thought you'd moved past. And it just won't stay in the background. This isn't here to ruin your day. It's here to get your attention. Chiron doesn't shout, it nudges. And when it's activated like this, the message is usually, there's something here that still wants care. So you might notice a recurring emotional trigger, a quiet insecurity popping up again, a conversation that hits a nerve, a physical signal from your body that you shouldn't dismiss, a pattern showing itself one more time, not to punish you, but to be healed. The temptation today is to brush it off and keep going, but the better move is to pause and get curious. Or AstroCurious. So ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? What am I avoiding? What would it look like to meet this with compassion instead of resistance? So you don't need a dramatic breakthrough, just honesty, just attention, just a gentle response that you've given in the past. Today's message: don't ignore the quiet thing. It's coming up because it's ready to shift. On Tuesday, the 13th of January, there is another aspect with Chiron. Choose the path of less resistance, because Tuesday will bring Mars square Chiron, and the energy asks for restraint rather than action. So if Monday highlighted a sensitive spot, today reminds you that forcing your way through it won't help. Mars wants to push. Chiron reminds you where it still hurts. So put them together and you get frustration, especially if you try to move faster than your healing allows. This is not a power through day. It's a step back and let things unfold day. So you might feel irritation without a clear reason, the urge to fix something immediately, impatience with slow progress, and temptation to react instead of reflect. So resist the urge, because today's wisdom lies in choosing the path of least resistance. Let situations breathe. Allow conversations to happen naturally. Trust that timing matters more than effort right now. If something feels blocked, that's information, not failure. If something isn't moving, it's probably not ready to. So just observe. Best use of this energy, of the energy of the day: slow movement. You can even do a little bit of yoga, but very soft. Conscious restraint. So mentally count up to 10 or maybe 20. Observing patterns instead of acting on them. So just write down your observation and waiting before responding. So if you get text messages, maybe something triggering, just wait it out, sleep on it. Today's message: you don't have to push to make progress. Sometimes the smartest move is patience, and not doing anything, it's already a choice. So keep this in mind to navigate through Tuesday. And now we move to Wednesday, the 14th of January. big ideas, smart filters. Finally, Wednesday comes in loud, at least mentally, because we have Mercury opposite Jupiter, and suddenly everything feels interesting, urgent, and worth your attention all at the same time. This is the kind of day where your to-do list multiplies. Ideas arrive in cluster, invitations pop up unexpectedly, and curiosity pulls you in 5 directions at once. It is exciting, but also a little overwhelming if you're not careful. Mercury opposite Jupiter expands the mind, but it can also scatter it. The temptation today is to say yes to everything and then wonder why you're exhausted by lunchtime. So here's the balance to strike. Be selective, but not rigid. You don't need to do it all. You do need to choose what actually matters. So ask yourself, does this move me forward? Does this energize me? Is this aligned or just loud? At the same time, leave a little room for surprise. Jupiter loves unexpected opportunities, chance encounters, and last-minute plans that end up being meaningful. Just don't overload your schedule so much that you miss them. Best use of the energy of the day. Prioritize intentionally. Trim your to-do list, leave white space, and stay open without overcommitting. Today's message is think big, but choose wisely. Focus creates momentum. Curiosity brings the magic, and you need both. And here comes Thursday, the 15th of January. When magic meets stability. Thursday will bring a rare and lovely mix as Venus, the planet of love, connects with both Saturn and Uranus, and they're all positive aspects. The result is romance that feels exciting and real, which honestly doesn't happen every day. This is heart-opening energy with a backbone. Venus-Saturn adds depth, maturity, and emotional safety. Venus-Uranus adds spark, surprise, and a little flutter you didn't see coming. So together they say, connection doesn't have to be boring to be solid, and it doesn't have to be chaotic to be exciting. So just perfect balance. Water and earth signs will feel these aspects the most. So if you're Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. But everyone, no matter what sign, will get a taste of this magic. This is an ideal day for romance with intention, deepening an existing bond. So maybe it's your third date, having an honest and meaningful conversation with a partner, with a loved one, choosing commitment without pressure, and allowing love to evolve naturally. So if you are in a relationship, this is a beautiful moment to reconnect, not through grand gestures, but through presence, sincerity, and shared vision. If you're single, this is where things get interesting. Unexpected encounters are very possible today, especially if you step slightly outside your routine. So say yes to the impromptu invitation. Go to the thing you almost canceled. Put yourself out there, even just a little. Yes, also online. Online counts. So Uranus rewards bravery. Saturn rewards authenticity. And Venus rewards both. So today's message is, let love surprise you, but let it grow roots too. Quite an ideal day, also for a date. And here comes Friday, the 16th of January. Words that heal if you let them. This is another Chiron aspect. Chiron energy this week is incredible. So this time there is a square with Mercury. The focus will shift inward to conversations, thoughts, and stories that carry a little emotional weight. So this is a tender day, but also a meaningful one. Mercury activates the mind and the voice. Chiron highlights where it still hurts. Put them together and you get an invitation to heal through expression. Not perfectly, not eloquently, but honestly. This is one of the best days of the week for journaling without censoring yourself, therapy or coaching sessions, a heart-to-heart conversation, confiding in somebody you trust, listening deeply to a friend who needs support, and attending a healing workshop or reflective space. You might notice words catching in your throat or suddenly flowing more easily than expected. Whatever it is, just let it happen organically. This isn't about fixing everything or finding the perfect phrasing. It's about allowing truth to surface gently, even if it feels just a bit raw. If a conversation feels important but vulnerable, go slowly. Protect yourself and the other person. Choose kindness over cleverness. Listen as much as you speak. And if you're holding something in, this is a beautiful day to write it out, just to see it clearly, without judgment. You don't have to share it with anyone. Today's message, healing, doesn't always come from answers. Sometimes it comes from finally saying what you need to say, even just to yourself. And now we're ready to dive into the weekend. Saturday, the 17th of January, is the golden day. Magic, momentum, and clear vision. Saturday is the standout day of the month. The kind of day where things align effortlessly and you can actually feel momentum building. We will start with Venus sextile Neptune, setting a beautifully romantic and creative tone for the day. This is soft focus magic, art, music, beauty, affection, imagination. Love feels tender, creativity flows naturally, and inspiration comes from the heart rather than the mind. But then Venus changes sign and enters Aquarius today, and it will shift the entire emotional landscape. Love becomes lighter, freer, and more future-oriented. Connection is about friendship, shared ideals, curiosity, and community. This is love that says, let's grow together and let's make it interesting. At the same time, we also have the Sun trines Uranus. So the day is full of transit, full of aspects, full of things happening in the sky. This is where the spark really ignites. Expect flashes of insight, creative breakthrough, and a strong urge to try something new. Not in an impulsive way, but with confidence. So these energies support creative and artistic work, innovative ideas, meeting people who inspire you, feeling aligned with a bigger vision, and seeing new paths forward that weren't visible before. So you get the clarity and intention that maybe you've been searching since the beginning of the year. Everything today feels open, alive, forward-moving. You're not forcing change, you're responding to it and embracing it. This is the kind of day where saying yes feels natural, where inspiration meets courage, where the future feels exciting instead of intimidating. So today's message, follow what lights you up. The energy is supporting brave, authentic steps forward. Don't sleep on this day. Use it to create or start something meaningful. And now we end the week on Sunday the 18th. Mission clarity. Sunday will bring a rare and defining mix of energy. We have Mercury conjunct Mars, where your mind is sharp and decisive. This is the clarity with courage. So you're able to think ahead, make plans, and speak to yourself honestly about what needs to happen next. Maybe just because of the clarity you acquired on Saturday, now you're ready to move into action. There's momentum here, but it's focused, not frantic. And then, on top of that, we also have the new moon in Capricorn. It's the first new moon of the year, which sets the tone for everything that follows. This isn't about vague resolutions, wishful thinking, it's about purpose. So this new moon asks one essential question. What is your mission for 2026? Now you should have an answer, or at least an idea of the answer. So not what you think you should want, but what you're actually ready to commit to. Capricorn energy is strategic, realistic, and long-term. It wants a plan, a structure, a clear path forward. This energy is particularly aligned with earth signs, so Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. So my suggestion is you might want to set up your plan for 2026 with a friend who belongs to one of these signs, because they might provide the right degree of scrutiny, ideas, strategy, and common sense that you need to really propel your plans forward. This is the moment to define what you're building, and just as importantly, what you're no longer pursuing. So also what you're saying no to. Today is ideal for setting serious intentions, creating a concrete plan, simplifying your goals, letting go of outdated ambitions while you're living in 2025, choosing focus over overwhelm so you can be more selective. You do not need more goals, you need the right ones. So today's message: clarify your direction, simplify your vision, and commit to what truly matters to you. The year is ready when you are. And now, of course, Song of the Week. This week's soundtrack is The Healer by Erykah Badu. And honestly, it couldn't be more aligned. With so much Chiron energy this week, this song feels less like something you listen to and more like something you experience. It's almost a chant, an incantation, a rhythmic reminder that healing begins the moment you bring something into the light. There is a grounding, hypnotic quality to it. Steady, repetitive, intentional. So the song is perfect for moments where you're purifying your space, journaling, meditating, or simply letting your thoughts wander without judgment. Let it play softly in the background while you cleanse your space, write what needs to be released, daydream without pressure, sit with your breath, and reconnect with your inner rhythm. This is music that doesn't rush the process, but it holds space while things shift. It's a powerful companion for a week focused on healing, awareness, and choosing a lighter way forward. Right, that's our week. Thoughtful, healing, and quietly transformative. If this episode helped you slow down, reflect, or feel more aligned with what's unfolding, share it with your AstroCurious friends, especially the ones who need a reminder that growth doesn't always look dramatic to be real. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of what's tender, trust the ideas that arrive gently, and move forward at your own pace. I'll be back next week with a fresh look at the sky. Until then, stay curious.